Hello, this is Cecia. I'm gonna make a new project, and there's gonna be Lab 7 Part 2. And let's name this Lab 7 Part 2. Finish. Okay. Okay. And we're gonna start with question number 1. And just search of a value. And we're gonna be using our array list, so we need to import that from the Java library. Okay. Now we can start. Let's declare our variables first. So we have variable x that's gonna hold our our user also is gonna enter a number, so we need to import the scanner. Import Java to scanner. Okay. And we're gonna be checking. And let's set this as false. Okay. Let's start with the array list. And let's use our diamond operator. And since it's gonna be numbers, we're gonna put it as integer. And we can name this as values equals new array list integer. That's our data type. Okay. And now we can start initializing our numbers. So it's gonna be add, and it's gonna be the same. We're gonna have 10 values, so we're gonna do 10. So values add to values. Okay. And we're gonna continue doing this. So we hit 10. Okay. Now that we have our regulars there, we can ask the user which number they want to look up. So we're gonna create an object for our scanner class. Keyboard for new scanner system in a value between 1 to 10, and that's gonna be our variable x, and keyboard next integer. Okay. Okay, now we need to create a loop that will search our through our array list. So it's gonna be for int I equals 0. We're gonna search to the value, so it's gonna be the size of the array list. It's gonna be empty. Okay. And we're gonna put an if statement. So if the value, we're gonna get each of the values. Okay. So we're gonna get each value here, and it needs to be if it equals the same as the variable x, it will print that the value was found. Print. So value, and then we're gonna print the whichever number they put was found. Okay, and down here we're gonna set the found equals as true, and then we can break the statement out, and then we're just gonna close the statement and then go over here, and since the variable it is found, we need to make sure that it's gonna give the user if it was not found. So we can put found equals false, and we can put that as value variable x is not found. Okay, so this just gonna say, let's just say that the user puts -1 or 11, it will say it is not found, because remember in the beginning we put boolean found equals false. So if it's false equals false, it's gonna print this. Let's test this. So 6. Okay, so it works. Let's just fix this. 1 second. Okay, there, it works. So value 2 was found, which is correct. So that's question number 1. Okay, now we're going to continue with question number 2. So it will be the sum of arrayless elements. So we're going to import, and we're going to be using random values. So we need to import the random from the Java library and also the array list. Array list. Okay, now we can initialize our variables. So it's going to be sum. We're going to set that as 0 because it's going to be adding the values, and then integer number. Now we can create our random object. Random. Okay. Now we can create our array list. So it's gonna be array list, diamond operator. The data type will be integer, and let's set this as value. Okay. New array list, diamond operator, data type. Okay. Now we can create a loop for our random integers, and it's gonna be 10 integers. So it's gonna be for int I equals 0. It's gonna go through there. Okay. Now we can number will equal int and plus 1. Okay. So this is gonna generate our random integers. Okay, so now that it has generated the integers, now we can fill the array list. So it's gonna be value. Okay, and it's gonna be our number. Okay, now we can print the number that's gonna give us. So it's going to be number and then our space. So that's gonna loop for 10 times, and now we can sum it up. So it's gonna be sum plus our number. Okay. Okay, so let's just comment this. So our numbers in the array. Okay, now we can leave the for loop and we can display our sum. So it's gonna be sum of the array is, and then we're gonna call our variables, which is sum, and it should work. Okay. Enter a value between 1 to 10. What is it saying that? Okay, so that's our numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it gave us 10 random numbers, and this is the sum of the array. Let's take this off so it could be more organized, which is not working again. Let's just try again. Slash n for a new line, which is not working again. And there we go. This looks way better. So that's question number 2. Okay, now we're gonna be moving on to question number 3. So that's just gonna be the reverse of an array list. And we're going to import our Java util.random because we're going to be using random integers. And then import java.ut. We're going to be using array list, so we're going to get that from the library. Okay. And let's initialize our variable beforehand. So it's going to be a number. Now we can create our object for the random equals new random, and then we're gonna create our array list. Well, we're gonna create 2 actually. One for original, other for reversed. Okay, so we're gonna start with the original. So array list, the diamond operator, the data type will be integer, and then we're gonna name this original equals new array list, diamond operator again. Okay, and now the reverse array list, and it's gonna hold a number, so integer reversed equals new array list integer. Okay. Now let's make a loop for original array list. Okay. System out print original. And it's gonna be for int I equals 0, and we want it to hold 10 random integers. So we're gonna put it like that. Now our increments, and then we're gonna grab our variable number and make it give us generate random then plus 1, because we want it generate random value between 1 to 100. So that's why we put the 1 here. And now we can graph this array and make sure that the number will be added in the array. Okay, so it's gonna be original dot add, and it's gonna add the number that it gave us, and then we're just gonna make sure that it's print, and this loop is just gonna continue for 10 times. Okay. Okay. So that should be it for the original array list. Now for the reverse. So it's gonna be for int I equals, and we need to graph our original array list, and then we're gonna graph the size of it. And since we're starting we get into reverse, and so we're gonna start from the very last, so it's gonna be -1. So it's gonna be I as long as is greater than or equal to 0, and we're gonna decrement. So it's gonna be, we're gonna graph our reverse array list, because it's gonna fill our reverse array list with the original numbers. Then add original, and then we getting it. Okay. So that should be the reverse. Now we need to make sure it prints. I'll print a new line and reversed. It's gonna be 4 int I equals 0, and reverse size. We're gonna put the reverse get. System of print. And reverse. Okay. So there's gonna get the reverse size of this, and we gotta put the numbers in. So get I plus and H. Oh. Okay. That should be question number 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. Okay, 10 random numbers, and it gives us this is the previous question actually. Okay, it works. So that's the original, and then it gives us the reverse list. So that's question number 3. Okay, now I'm gonna start with question number 4. So it's comparing strings and 2 array lists. Okay. And we need to import our Java to array list. Okay. And we can start. So let's create our first array list diamond, and our data type will be string. And let's name this one equal new array list string. Okay. And let's fill this up. Names. gonna be the same. Each array list will hold 5. Penelope. Oh no. And Scott. Okay, those are the names. Now let's create our second array list that we're gonna be comparing it. The same string names, the second one, new array list. It's gonna be string. And let's put this Mike. And this is actually for 2, so names 2 and let's put Darcy. Okay, so names 2 dot, and let's put Kate here too. Names and add. And what we're doing is we're filling up our arrays. That's why we like adding. So yeah. Let's put Ramona here. Ramona. Names 2. And let's put Gray. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we have 2 names in common. Yeah, Ramona and Kate. Okay. Now let's create a loop that will allow us to compare. So let's create our first, and I equals 0, and it's gonna check the size of our array list. It's gonna go through every single name. And then another one we're gonna do for name second, the second one. So integer int I equals 0, and I gonna compare. This loop is gonna go through every name in array list number 2. Size. Okay, and then when is he made? Okay. We're gonna create an if statement. So if name 1 get the inch name, we're gonna be comparing it, equals name the array list 2, and then we're gonna compare each name to it. Okay, and then we're just gonna print that out. So it's gonna be names one get, and it's gonna display the name that it found. Was found in both let's put us over here. Okay. What's going on? Was not fun Kate. Okay. So for and I equals 0, I is the name of the size increment. Oh my god. J. Okay. Array list. This is correct. 4 and I equals 0. Okay. Here it was. Okay. You just exit it out. Okay, it works. So Kate was found and Ramona was found, which is correct. That's Lab 7 Part 2. Thank you for watching.